Hi, Pack 101. This is Mr. Justin and Will, and we're here to talk to you about how to make a pop can fishing rig. So when we're done with this, it's going to look like this. We've got our pop can and hook with a sinker, a bobber, and it's wound up on the can so that you could use this to go fishing if your fishing rod ever broke. So we're going to need a few things to be able to make this. So you need a bobber, and there's a sinker in the cup there too. So that's going to help to get your lure down to where it needs to be able to catch the fish. Need a hook, usually a small one's best for this because you're not going to catch a big fish on a pop can fishing rig.
You should catch this.
So we've got a bluegill here, and any small pan fish you could catch with a pop can rig. It's going to be harder to catch a bigger fish.
Like a catfish or a bass.
Yeah, so we're going to try to catch these little guys. So usually when you're trying to catch a panfish like the bluegill that Will has here, you're going to want a smaller hook. So a number 6 hook would work really well for that. So in addition to those things, you're going to need some fishing line. So yeah. So we've got our number 10 or 10-pound fishing line here that we're going to use. We've got our pop can, and we have all our stuff together. So once we have all of our items that we need to make our pop can fishing rig, we can get started. So first thing you need is your pop can, and you take your fishing line. So Will's going to hand me the pop can. He's going to take the fishing line and put the line through the tab here. So do that first. You pull it through. It's a little hard to see because it's monofilament line, so it's clear. You're going to cross it over like this. You do that well. We're going to make an improved clinch knot to tie it on. So it's hard to demonstrate that, but we're going to post a video so you can do this at home. So once you've put your knot on your can, you have it tied on like this, and we're going to lay it flat across the back side of the can like this, and take a piece of tape so that we can tie it onto the back side of the can so it'll stay in place when we wind the line around the can. So we're going to take our tape and put it right across the middle here so that we can keep the fishing line in one spot. So Will's going to take a piece of tape off, and he's going to tape it right across the middle part of the can here to hold that line in place. So it should look kind of like that. So now the line is there, and what we can start doing now is to wind it around the can, and we're going to do that 30 times. So I'm going to give the can back to Will, and he's going to wind it around. So Will wound this 30 times. You can see all the line that's wrapped around the can. And what we're going to do here to keep this from unraveling, I'm going to take a small piece of tape and tie this at the top, just so that when we're affixing the hook to the line, all of that line that we wrapped up around the can isn't going to go flying off. So I just put a small piece of tape there just to hold it in place so I can put my pop can down. Will has his fishing line here. And we're just going to wind off a little bit more of the fishing line. So Will, could you give me a little bit more slack on the line there? Just roll it up. And you can take your pliers and cut off some of the line at the end there. You got it? Squeeze it. There we go. We got our loose line here. And we're going to take our hook and run the line right through there. I'm just going to do this part because it's a little bit tricky with the hook that's on there. We're going to wrap it around 4 or 5 times or so to do our improved clinch knot. Bring the line down, bring it through the hole. Back through the other hole that's there. And pull it nice and tight. There we go. And then Will's going to take his pliers. We're going to trim off some of the extra line that's there. So let's get it on the cutting part that's there. Can you open it up? There we go. Down. Got it. Here, let me see. There we go. And there we go. You have your pop can wound up with line, and it's tied onto your hook. All right, so the last two things you need to do is to put a bobber on and a sinker. So Will's going to show you how to do that. We're going to get the bobber on there. Whoop, can you push it open again? There we go. Lower it, bring it up. And while I'm getting this top part of the bobber on, because that one's a little bit tricky, Will's going to grab the pliers and the sinker. There we go. All right, so we got our bobber on there, and Will's going to put that sinker on there so that we can get the live bait that we're going to use to lure in the fish nice and tight on there so it won't go anywhere. And we're going to go grab that sinker and we'll be right back. All right, so we found our sinker and Will's going to squeeze it on the line. There we go, nice and tight. And there we are. So you have made a pop can fishing rig. You can see it. So Will, if you hold on to this, we can show them one last time how this is going to look. So you're going to have your can, you have your bobber, you have a sinker, you have your small hook, and you could use anything you want to try to catch those bluegills. You could use, what works well, Will?
Worms.
And what was one of the tricks that one of the other Wolf Cub Scouts, Alex, told us about? Hot dogs. They like hot dogs. Yeah. So we could use that to be able to catch the fish. And a couple of other tricks on this. If you're casting it out, all you need to do is to flick the can out so that the weighted end of this will head out towards the water. Or if you're fishing from the dock, you could just lower it down. That'll work too. And when you have a little bit of the line out, to reel it in, once you see that bobber go down, or you see some of the fish kind of go after your bait, just pull up on the line a little bit. You'll set the hook, and then you can reel it in using the can like that. And when you're not using it, I would definitely put that piece of tape back on the top just so that all the line doesn't come off. So thanks everyone. If you have any questions, don't hesitate to reach out to us. We'd be happy to fill you in on any of the details you might have missed or anything that wasn't clear. And I'll be posting a video that shows you step-by-step how to do the improved clinch knot so you can get your fishing line tied onto the can and to the hook. So thanks everybody and good luck fishing.